Everyone, welcome back. I'm moving a little slower today. I think the hot weather got to me, so we're finally getting some really hot weather, and it'll be okay. It's summer. It's June 1st, so I guess that's to be expected. So anyway, we are in week 10 of Voyage 12. Once again, the voyage starts off with $9,200 is the goal, a vet bill for $200, a furnace bill for $780, and then a Discover balance transfer for $8,220 were the items we planned on getting paid off during this voyage. So, on the line of credit 1, there was no change, and the primary reason for that is right now the account we have the line of credit 1 in, they are doing a update on their systems and they won't have availability until tomorrow. So I did not do anything with that line of credit before they did the updates, and now we're just waiting for the update to get done. So there was no change on that line of credit 1. And that also means there was no change in that checking account because that's attached to that line of credit 1. But we do have access to the Visa, which is at a different account, and what I did on that one is, if you remember, we had the last two payments going towards the Discover, we had put them into the Visa, so I did take 2 of those out. So I took out $685, and then I did $685.02 just so I knew that there were 2 separate transactions. So now available in that Visa is $3,058.09. And then the $685 for this week is still in the checking account, which is in that account where it's doing the updating. So we'll wait until that is done before we do anything with that. And then that small revolving credit stayed the same at $378.94 with $121.06 being available. We then look into the credit available on all the lines. The revolving credit, the small one, has $500 as the limit. Currently we have $378.94 for the balance. Available is $121.06. The Visa has a limit of $10,000. Available $6,941.91. Which I think I meant to say balance. And now available is $3,058.09. We had cities starting off at $18,000. A balance of $6,093.25 gives that available of $11,906.75. We then move on to Discover 2 at $18,500 with $7,971 being the balance. Available is now $10,529. And then that Discover 1 at $20,000. Balance is now $10,375. Available is now $9,625. So our total limit is $67,000. And of that, we're using $31,760.10. So then we have $35,239.90 available to us, and we're trying to get these items paid down and then working with the line of credit 1 after we get all these taken care of. So we will go into our log so far for Voyage 12, and then we are in week 10. And then we have $685 that's available in the checking account. And like I said, we're just waiting for that update to happen before we do any transactions. And the upgrade and update, minus $685. That gives us $1,370 remaining on that balance transfer. And then another $60 going to that furnace. Leaves that at $254, and that's still at 0. So $685 plus the $60, $745. So it's exactly what we did last week too. So we have eliminated $745 from the voyage, and now we just have that $1,370 left on Discover 1, and $254 left on the furnace. So then we'll go ahead and update our log, and we will put that's $745 for week 10. And then it was $2,369 was left on the Voyage. After we paid down $745, we're down to $1,624. And then $6,831, adding the $745. So we have paid off $7,576 on this journey. And then we were at 53,100.87, adding the 745 makes that 53,845 and 87 cents. All right, so just 2 more weeks left on this journey, and it looks like we should be able to get that completed. So then we also had, I've got the month of May done up, so we'll just go ahead and put that out. And then for that Discover one, on June 13th is when that matures. This month we paid down $4,110 of it, so the actual balance transfer is $2,055, and that remaining balance will be paid off in the month of June. We did send $163 to Discover 2, and that will be going towards the next balance transfer due on September 23rd, so that's down to $7,971. And then after this balance transfer on Discover 1, then the payments will start going towards the next balance transfer that's at $4,680 due on November 13th. We do have the Visa. There was only a difference of $15.17 after we took out the 2 payments of the $685 to send to the Discover 2. We did decrease our student loan A by $49.38. And then student loan B got decreased by $76.35. And then loan 1 was reduced by $143.06. Loan 2 by $100. Then the mortgage was decreased by $174.60. And then escrow once again was at $445.71. We then have line of credit 1 did increase by $458.42. And that probably would have been a different total if the system wasn't upgrading, because there was a paycheck that came in on Friday, and I was just decided I was just gonna wait until Monday before I do anything with that paycheck. That way I knew the upgrade would be done and there wouldn't be any issues on that account. So then line of credit 2 got reduced by $25, as well as line of credit 3. And then that small revolving credit was reduced by $45.14. And then down to our regular household bills, the electric bill was at $75.74 paid through the Visa. The gas bill for the house, we had actually paid it twice in April, so there was no payment due in May. So there's a good chance June might have 2 payments, or July will. They don't always have, I kind of wish they would have it in the middle of the month, so I think they do like a 28-day cycle, so some months you end up with 2 gas payments, and then well, it must not be a 28-day, because there's some months where you don't have the gas payment, and this just happened to be one of them. So the water bill will be due next month, because that's every other month, same with the trash. And the trash, we did reduce it by, was it $16? And we decided not to continue with the recycling that we were doing, and we just go ahead and take it in ourselves. We still do the $19.29 for Netflix. We paid $24.65 to the YouTube, and that went to the Citibank. We did pay around $600 in groceries. I rounded it off because I didn't have all the receipts, and I think I went just a tiny bit high just to round it up. And the same with the gas for the car, I rounded it up to $210. We had car insurance for $157.54. 2 phone bills, one for $25, one for $30, and then the internet for $82. And then on the side here, we use the Visa, American Express, and the Citibank for making the payments. And then all the payments came to a grand total of $3,364.66. And then for the outgo was $4,883.65 of debt that was completely reduced. And I think that concludes everything for right now. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please like and subscribe to follow my debt payoff journey. And we are just down to the final 2 weeks of getting this voyage done. So I just went ahead and did the May update also, since I had the sheet all ready to go. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.